Jackie Chan, The Untold Story. Few global stars have lived a life as dramatic, painful, disciplined, and transformative as Jackie Chan. To millions, he is the smiling martial arts legend who turns fights into ballets of chaos. But behind the broken bones, death-defying stunts, and worldwide fame lies a story of abandonment, poverty, relentless discipline, cultural identity, regret, reinvention, and redemption. This is the deeper story of Jackie Chan, the parts rarely discussed on the big screen. A child no one wanted. Jackie Chan was born Chan Kong Sang on April 7, 1954, in Hong Kong. His name literally means, born in Hong Kong. But his early life was anything but secure. His parents were refugees from the Chinese Civil War. His father, Charles Chan, worked as a cook and spy. His mother, Li Chan, had once been involved in opium smuggling and gambling before turning her life around. They were poor, so poor that they reportedly considered selling baby Jackie to a British doctor because they couldn't afford to raise him. That moment, often briefly mentioned in interviews, casts a long shadow. Before he could even speak, Jackie's life was nearly traded for survival. His parents later left Hong Kong to work at the French embassy in Australia, but they couldn't take Jackie with them. At age 7, he was sent to the China Drama Academy, a brutal Peking opera school run by Master Yu Jimuan. And that is where the real shaping of Jackie Chan began. 10 years of pain. Life at the China Drama Academy was not school, as most people understand it. It was military-level discipline combined with artistic training. Students woke before dawn. They trained in martial arts, acrobatics, singing, acting, and traditional Chinese opera performance for up to 18 hours a day. Mistakes were punished with beatings. There were no weekends, no vacations, no comfort. Jackie later admitted he barely saw his parents during those years. Letters were rare. Physical affection was non-existent. The opera school became his family, but also his battlefield. The training forged incredible physical abilities. But it also shaped something deeper, a tolerance for pain that would define his career. Years later, when doctors asked him how he could continue performing after breaking bones, Jackie simply said, "I don't feel pain the way normal people do." That resilience was not a gift. It was survival conditioning, the shadow of Bruce Lee. When Jackie left opera school as a teenager, Hong Kong cinema was transforming. The world had fallen in love with Bruce Lee. Lee was powerful, intense, serious, and invincible. After his tragic death in 1973, studios desperately tried to find the next Bruce Lee. Jackie Chan was one of many young martial artists forced into this mold. Producers dressed him like Lee, filmed him like Lee, directed him to fight like Lee. But Jackie wasn't Bruce. He wasn't stoic. He wasn't intimidating. He wasn't mysterious. He was clumsy, expressive, funny, human. His early Bruce Lee imitation films failed. Audiences rejected him. For a time, Jackie felt lost. He was skilled, but not accepted. Then something radical happened. Instead of becoming another Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan decided to become Jackie Chan. The birth of the comedy fighter. In 1978, everything changed with the release of Snake in the Eagle's Shadow and later Drunken Master. Instead of a cold, flawless warrior, Jackie portrayed a mischievous underdog who got beaten up before he learned to fight back. He used humor, improvised with everyday objects, showed pain, made mistakes. It was revolutionary. He wasn't superhuman. He was relatable. Audiences loved it. The Jackie Chan formula was born. Martial arts plus physical comedy. Elaborate stunt choreography. Real danger. Bloopers during end credits. That last part, showing failed stunts and injuries, was groundbreaking. He wanted audiences to see the reality. The blood was real. The danger was real. Unlike many action stars, Jackie didn't hide the cost. A body built from scars. Jackie Chan may be the most injured major actor in film history. He has broken his nose 3 times. Cracked his skull, dislocated his pelvis, broken fingers, toes, ribs, torn ligaments, damaged his spine, lost hearing in one ear. One of the most famous near-death experiences occurred during the filming of Armor of God. Jackie fell from a tree and fractured his skull. A piece of bone penetrated his brain. He underwent emergency surgery. Doctors drilled into his head to relieve pressure. He survived, but a permanent hole remains in his skull, covered by a plastic plug. He returned to filming. That level of commitment built his legend, but also raises an uncomfortable truth. Jackie Chan risked his life repeatedly for entertainment. And he did it willingly. Hollywood rejection. In the 1980s, Jackie attempted to break into Hollywood. His first major American film, The Big Brawl, failed to capture his charm. Hollywood didn't understand him. They tried to control his choreography, limited his creative freedom, edited his fights differently, removed his comedic rhythm. American producers wanted him to fit into their action mold, just like Hong Kong studios once tried to turn him into Bruce Lee. Again, he didn't belong. So he returned to Hong Kong, where he had control. The stunt team brotherhood. Unlike most action stars, Jackie built a loyal group known as the Jackie Chan Stunt Team. They trained together, lived together, bled together, Many were his former opera school classmates. He often paid their medical bills personally. But he also pushed them to extreme limits. Some critics have questioned whether his leadership was too harsh, echoing the strict discipline of his own childhood. Jackie has admitted he sometimes treated his team like Master You treated him. Pain was normalized, but so was loyalty. Global explosion, Rush Hour. Everything changed in 1998. Rush Hour paired Jackie with American comedian Chris Tucker. This time, Hollywood allowed Jackie's humor to shine. The cultural clash became part of the comedy rather than something to erase. The film was a massive success. Finally, America understood him. Sequels followed. Jackie became a global icon. But fame in America came decades after he had already conquered Asia. The private regrets. Publicly, Jackie Chan is cheerful. Privately, his life has been complicated. He married Taiwanese actress Joan Lin in 1982. They have one son, JC Chan. But Jackie was often absent during JC's childhood. In his own autobiography, Jackie admitted he was a strict and sometimes distant father. JC later struggled with drug charges in China, leading to public embarrassment. Jackie publicly apologized, not as a superstar, but as a father. Even more controversial was Jackie's affair in the late 1990s with former beauty queen Elaine Ng, which resulted in the birth of a daughter, Etta Ng. Jackie acknowledged the affair but distanced himself from the child, calling it a mistake. That chapter remains one of the most painful and criticized aspects of his life. Behind the acrobatics is a man who has publicly admitted personal failures. Political controversy. In recent years, Jackie Chan has faced backlash for his pro-Beijing political statements. Once seen as a symbol of Hong Kong pride, he has expressed support for the Chinese government, which angered many Hong Kong citizens, especially during periods of political unrest. Some accuse him of abandoning Hong Kong's democratic spirit. Others argue he is a pragmatist navigating complex political realities. Regardless of perspective, his political stance has complicated his legacy. The philosophy of pain. Jackie Chan once said, "I never wanted to be the next Bruce Lee. I wanted to be the first Jackie Chan." He achieved that, but at extraordinary cost. Unlike many actors who rely heavily on CGI and stunt doubles, Jackie built his brand on authenticity. He wanted audiences to know it was really him hanging from a clock tower, jumping between buildings, or sliding down skyscrapers. One of the most iconic examples is his clock tower fall in Project A, performed multiple times to get the perfect shot. He believes fear must be confronted physically. Pain, in his philosophy, is temporary. Film is forever. Reinvention in later years. As he aged, Jackie gradually shifted away from extreme stunts. Films like The Karate Kid, where he starred alongside Jaden Smith, showed a quieter, more emotional side. He portrayed grief, vulnerability, regret. No longer just the elastic fighter, but a mentor figure. The world saw a different Jackie, one shaped by decades of bruises. Guinness World Record holder. Jackie Chan holds multiple world records, including most stunts performed by a living actor. That statistic isn't just trivia. It's a testament to a lifetime of risk. The legacy beyond film. Jackie has donated millions to charity, established foundations for education and disaster relief, and pledged to give away much of his fortune. He once controversially stated he would not leave his entire wealth to his son, saying, "If he is capable, he can make his own money." That comment sparked debate, but reflects Jackie's belief in discipline forged from hardship. The man behind the smile. The most untold part of Jackie Chan's story may not be his injuries or scandals, but his internal contradictions. He is a man who preaches discipline but regrets his strictness. A global icon who struggled with identity between Hong Kong, China, and Hollywood. A comedian shaped by trauma. A father who admits imperfection. A survivor of near death who keeps choosing danger. He turned childhood abandonment into resilience. He turned opera training into cinematic revolution. He turned pain into performance. Final reflection. Jackie Chan is not just a martial artist. He is not just a stuntman. He is not just a movie star. He is a bridge between East and West. Between old-school physical cinema and modern spectacle. Between discipline and chaos. His body tells a story written in scars. His career tells a story written in risk. His life tells a story written in contradiction. And perhaps that is the real untold truth. The smiling hero who leaps from buildings was once a lonely child trying to prove he was worth keeping. If you'd like, I can also write a darker psychological analysis of Jackie Chan. A detailed timeline of every major injury. A breakdown of his stunt philosophy versus modern CGI. Or a documentary-style cinematic version of this story.